Welcome back to the channel. On this video, I will try to answer the questions is how do I improve my chance of being successful as a project manager? Let's get right into it. Okay, Sylvain Gauthier, your executive producer, and today we're talking about success as a project manager, which is a bit different also of the discussion of success in project management, which I will cover on another video, talking about basically of where are we today in the measurement of success in terms of project delivery. Let's put it this way. But first, let's focus as an individual. I am a project manager. I want to be successful. How do I get better at this, and how do I improve? Well, first you need to have the knowledge. You need to have the foundation, the understanding, right? And if you watch another video, I talk about standard methodology and tools. Understanding the fundamental, which is what needs to be done, is the first thing that you should do. Then, of course, you have to keep improving, learning about the methodology, how they do things, in IT, in the movie, in any other type of project, in events, continuous improvement. So the how will be different, but if you have the fundamental, it's great. And there's a whole bunch of tools that goes with each one of these methodology that sit on top of it. And even if you go with the approach of Agile, you will have a methodology of Scrum, would have a certain set of tools that are different. So there's a video on this. I suggest you watch this if you don't understand what I'm talking about right now. But you need to have that knowledge first, okay? However, you need to apply it if you want to learn this. It's a bit like learning how to swim, right? We could spend time, talking on video in classroom, reviewing the theory, reading books, you could do all of this, learning how to swim and show you how to do the move, how to breathe, and do an exam and give you a nice certificate. Congratulations, you're a swimmer. I throw you in the pool, and what's going to happen? Bloop, you're going to go in on the bottom. You're going to drink a little bit of water, and then you're going to start swimming. Hopefully you'll apply what you've learned, and you're going to start swimming, and then you're going to get better and better and better. Okay? Same thing for project management. You have to jump in the pool. You have to apply it and get the practice and get the feedback. Are you going to screw up? Yeah, you will. We do. Even after many years, sometimes it's like, oh boy, what did we do on this one? Okay. There's no old sage that knows everything that's going to go and they never have a problem. That does not exist. Okay. If someone tells you, well, we're really good, we never have a problem, it's because they are pigeonholed themselves in one type of project and they keep doing the same project, and of course they get better. As you're changing, you're evolving, we're going to give you bigger project because you're going to get better. And as you're growing, you're going to get bigger project, and variables will be huge. Some of them you can control, some of them you don't control, and all kind of events could happen that was going to make this project very difficult, and how I'm going to deal with this situation, etc. Nobody had COVID in their project plan not long ago, and they have to deal with this new reality now. And guess what? With practice and feedback, we could get there to the mastery, and basically it says experience. But how do I know if I encounter you somewhere and we're talking, what is it that you're going to tell me, that's going to let me to believe that you are mastering project management? Well, usually I ask that in class and ask people, so exactly that question, and people would say, well, give me all kind of things. One say, oh, if you know what you need to deliver, if you consistently meet the business objective, etc. And say, oh, it's all nice, all of this, but it's not what I'm looking for. And the answer I'm looking for is the following, okay? You can sleep very well at night knowing the next morning you're going to get your ass kicked by the stakeholder. Then you're mastering project management. I'm not going to sugarcoat this thing, okay? It's a tough job. It's an area where you're going to be in the middle of many stakeholders. Some of them are your team members that are working on the project. Some of them are the stakeholder receiving the benefit or being impacted by your project. And guess what? You're going to be dealing with people that are disappointed, that are not happy what's going on, because we got problems. We change direction. We have to deal with this now. Someone's not happy the way we're doing it. That's the reality of being a project manager. And the bigger the project, the bigger, chances are the level of emotion that you might have to deal with as you go will be there. So if you cannot be centered, if you cannot separate, this is what we're doing, as part of the project, this is the business side, and this is my life, and stay centered and stay balanced and separate your life. No, you're not going to fall sick. You're not going to go on burnout. You're not going to, flip and go divorce and dump on your family. And you can stay balanced even though you're going through a lot of tough time. Then you're mastering project management. Because I guarantee anybody of you, if you grow and you're good at this, you're going to get that project that's going to kick your ass. Trust me on that one, okay? I've trained people for many years, okay? And sometimes I get a phone call and say, Sylvain, you know what? When I took your course in 2010 or 2009 or whatever, you mentioned that. I never thought I would encounter that, but guess what? I finally got the project that is kicking my ass right now, and it's really a nightmare. And thank God you said that, because sometimes I think about it, right? And I put that into perspective. So here's the thing, right? People sometimes are afraid because they are in the middle of a project and it's going bad, and you have to cut the bad news to the stakeholder. We're going to be late, or guess what? This commitment's not going to, or we're going to have to go in front of the customer and cut them some bad news. And I was like, oh, you feel like your career is going to go down because, you're on this, you're the one that is in the middle, and your career is not going down because things are going bad, okay? Your career is going to go down if you give up. If you abandon and start pointing fingers, say, it's not me, or worse, you're jumping ship, when things is getting, I don't care, well, I did the planning, I did this, so now it's time for me to go. We see that when we look at a resume. You were not there when things were tough. You were not there when it was crunch time. People were really emotional. We were at the end of it, and we had to deal with a lot of issues. You were not there, okay? That you're losing value. But if you stay there, even though you're cutting the bad news and you got people with red face banging on the table, pissed off because they're going to lose $1 million or something, but you say, here's the plan, here's what we're going to do, we're not giving up, and you stay focused, you're going to get a phone call as soon as this project is over to put you on another project, okay? We all get into these projects that it's not going well, okay? I've done many big ones, okay? Did some small one, did some big one, and some of them didn't go very well. Okay? But guess what? It didn't take my career down. Okay? I'm still get phone calls, and people say, hey, well, it was a tough one, this one. You're like, yeah, you could say so. But stay balanced, keep going. It's not the end of the world. There's another project waiting after this one. And yes, this period is difficult, but we're going to get through. Okay? Stay balanced. That's my point for you. Now, really to improve your chance of success. Sometimes people think it's in learning the management, learning how to do a good plan, learning how to do good estimate. So I got the perfect plan there. Yes, that's important to have good plan. It's important, the management part of it, the plan, the organization, the direction, all of this is important. Okay? You don't want to start with plans that are shaky. Okay? However, your style, the leadership style, how you deal with people, how does you interact and manage this team, how do you keep productivity, how you negotiate, how you deal with the conflicts that are there, how you get through the different phase with this team. Okay, when they're down, how you can bring them up, and when they're too high, how we come them down. Okay. All of this, okay, is require you soft skills. How do you communicate? If you're going to screw up on communication, this thing's going to go sour very fast. So all of this, as far as I'm concerned, is as much, if not more important than the management part. Because you know what? If you got a lot of soft skill, dealing with the team, able to negotiate, able to, dealing with conflict, dealing with issues, being able to bring the people around the problem, putting a process in place, you could save a bad plan. A plan that was not right, the estimation was not right, and we forget something, But because we're good with the team, we're very productive, we could sit down with the guys, we could reorganize that and say, okay, well, we screwed up on that. So what do we do? Okay, how do we tackle that? And let them say, okay, here's what we could do. And then you find ways and you will deliver. Okay, or you're talking to your vendor, say, guys, we screwed up. I know usually it's 6 weeks for this thing, but we really need it in 3 weeks. What can we do? Okay, how can we do that? And because you have good relation, because you got influence, because your personality makes it that the vendor, wants to be part, say, okay, let me see what we can do, okay? And they could do miracle, or they could tell you, sorry, buddy, but it's 6 weeks. That's it, right? So a lot of the good project managers, they have the soft skill, okay? Like I said, I could save a bad plan with the soft skill. I cannot save you, with a good plan if you suck at managing a team, if you have no skill set of negotiation, zero influence in the organization, and you communicate very bad, nobody knows, and just sending email, then the plan is not going to save you. Productivity is not going to be there because motivation is not there because people don't know. So whatever estimate that you had, whatever assumptions you made, it's going to be off, okay? It's going to be off. Yeah. So the management is important. We need to have the plan, but also you are very important. So in the development, look at the competency you need to get in the soft skill, negotiation, communication, influence, okay? Because we don't have authority a lot of the time over the resource, okay? We allocate these resources, so we need to have influence over there. Motivation, we need to know how this thing works. Because a team that is not motivated is not going to be productive. Whatever was supposed to take 4 hours to do, it's not going to take 4 hours. It's going to drag and drag. It's going to take 2 days. Okay? A productive team, they will get it in 2 hours. Okay? So that's a big difference. Okay? So these two combine and apply it. Be in front of a team and say, all right, I am the leader. I am the one that facilitates this whole, project and manage it. So, yeah, it's a very, let's say, intimidating thing. The first time you get a project, you get in front of a team, and they're all looking at you, say, all right, so you're the project manager, so what are we going to do? Okay. Again, we'll go back to the learning how to swim. You have to get into the game. Don't wait the big project to get into the game. Volunteer. There's a small project. There's something in events that we need to organize, or go to your local organization, community, where they're trying to do an event for raising money, a party for their membership. Say, hey, I could volunteer. Let me help for this one, right? Or join a political party, help a candidate. Say, okay, I'll help you with these press conference. We'll organize it. I'll lead the team. Get yourself into the mode, okay? Because it's going to make a big difference at the end of it, okay? So to conclude on this, success comes when you apply it, you go through it, and you can also deal with adversity. You can also deal with the bad time you're going to get, stay balanced, but also combining management and leadership. Those are fundamental, and you got to try and you get out there. So good luck, and see you on success for project as an investment.